I truly believe that the Steelers are the second best team in the AFC. I truly believe that. But when it comes to matchups, a team that, I get it. Kansas City's had a good run against New England, so they have a chance. But
not in the playoffs.
Exactly. But a team, speaking of playoffs, I don't even know if this team will make the playoffs. But I like the way the Jacksonville Jaguars have put this team together. Yeah. They can run the football, and you gotta win when the snow flies. Yeah. When the snow flies, they can run the football, and they're playing as good a defense as there is in the league right now. They can rush the passer. They can do all those type of things. So I think Jacksonville would give the Patriots the biggest matchup
Can
problem.
You say that one more time, just for the record books?
For the record book, and I'm saying, I go, look, they still got to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I think they match up well with their style of play.
I think I would have to piggyback Matt because I've been a big fan of Andy Reid, offensive-minded coach, and I really think this is his year that he would not be scared to go into Gillette or them to come to Kansas City and face a team knowing that he has the offensive weapons, that he has something that he's not used to. And then, granted, be able to get that defensive line, the rush, getting back after the quarterback. But I think that the offensive weapons that Andy Reid has right now, he's not scared to go anywhere and take his team on the road.
AFC right now, there's only 6 teams. 6 teams get in the playoffs. There's only 6 teams with a winning record in the AFC right now. So wow. I think we do know who's going to be the playoffs this year.
Interesting. Mort, you wanted to jump in on this?
Well, you've hit a little bit on the fact that the Steelers kind of have the Chiefs' numbers, so if they do end up in a tiebreaker, they got the head-to-head there. But that December 17th game in Pittsburgh against the Patriots, that is certainly definitive. That they also face the Packers this second half without Aaron Rodgers. They feel good about the health of their team, that they can grab this top seed in the AFC down the stretch.
I remember last year when Dak became the quarterback, they were talking about him and Dez's relationship. And the one thing I remember him saying, I'm throwing to the open guy. He's not going to force any balls to Dez Bryant. And I remember him saying that. So if you're looking at where they are now, he's just trying to be a complete quarterback to get everybody involved because there's 10 other guys out there with him. I think Cole Beasley's having a phenomenal year for Dak Prescott. Now we got to get to Terrence Williams, bring Jason Witten back to catching the ball and running that ball. So I think he has the weapons around him, but he is going to be effective with Zeke not in the back.
This team has enough talent to get it done, and Dez will come up and be a big player for them this year also. But they're in a wild card hunt right now. Yep. Like that division has run away, and that's out of their sights, I think. So now you're talking about teams like Carolina, teams like Seattle. So you got to win a game like today against the Falcons if you want to compete with those other teams. Otherwise, there's a chance you're not even in the playoffs.
So I'm glad you brought that up because we showed their schedule a little bit ago. And do any of you think that without Zeke, they don't make the playoffs at all? Or are we all in agreement?
Well, that's certainly a bigger possibility now without Zeke. But to everybody's point, Matt, you brought it up. They have plenty of talent. But this is a different team on defense. They're much better defensively than they've been in years and years. So I think the defense, the team carries the day a little bit because I think that the defense so much more is so improved over years past. So I think they'll still be in the hunt.
Still be in the playoffs.
The schedule's rough though. They go Atlanta today, Philly off the bye, Chargers, Redskins. I mean, it doesn't get any easier.
Good luck.
McAdoo has probably run his course in New York. Now, whether they do it now or do it later, these guys, they're not buying. They ain't buying it.
So once you lose the team, at least partially. Now I do know there are players on that team that like Ben McAdoo, but if you lose part of the team,
there's always a couple,
specifically some of the leaders or star players. If that happens, is there any coming back from that? If you're a head coach, if you're Ben McAdoo right now, is there anything you can do to win them back?
No, just no. But because looking at the headline, the one thing that I took from it when you suspended 2 star players. Now, what type of rules he put in place in New York, we don't know. But the one thing about it, he needed those guys to be able to win games. And you heard the players say that hurt the team. So when you're the head coach and you're hurting the team, you're taking it upon yourself. I don't know how much longer he's going to be in New York.
And are those guys getting suspended if you're winning? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he's trying to make a point at this point in time. Look, I'm the leader of the team. I'm the coach. This is my team.
Yeah.
I'm suspending you 2 guys, 2 of our best players. Guys looking around like, man, do you see our record?
But no, I think it would. Like if this team was like 500, and they suspended a player, I think maybe then you might have a different response from the players. But the fact you've won 1 game. and the expectations were that this is a Super Bowl contending team. I mean, it's going to blow up. And let's face it, when a season happens like this, you've got front office going to point at the coaches. You got coaches pointing at the front office. Players are pointing at the coaches and vice versa. It's not a good thing.
It's a lot of pointing.
Yeah, and it's a lot easier to get rid of one guy than it is, the players.
The whole team.
Yeah.